it would have been around 3 feet in length.
Nah, man. Nah. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, okay? I am sick as a dog, but the show must go on, okay? The show must go on. I'm recording a video today while sick, as I've said for the second time in the first 20 seconds of the video, and I've decided, for whatever reasons, to watch the 10 biggest spiders ever encountered in the United States. So on a day I'm sick, I feel like dog shit, I decide to watch a 10-minute video of my biggest fears. You know what else is sick? If you guys don't like the video and subscribe. Guys, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. You guys are the best. Alright, play!
From the biggest spiders to have ever existed to an unfortunate
Why is he
employee
holding his
bitten
penis?
twice in his private parts by a giant...
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done. Nope, not watching it. That's it. Yep, bye-bye. You guys can wrap the rest of the video up yourselves, bro. I'm not doing it, man. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Not doing it. What is that? That better be Photoshop, bro, or I will smack that thing like a baseball. Man, look at it looking at me. Look at it looking at me, bro. He knows.
Spider in Australia.
Get that off.
Here are 10 of the biggest spiders ever.
Get that off.
Number 10. The giant toilet huntsman. First on our list of the biggest spiders
Wait a
ever is an
minute.
enormous huntsman spider that was living in a family's bathroom, only to...
No, that's real, bro. Are you f***ing joking me? Are you having me on?
emerge each time someone used the toilet.
What am I
This is a pretty frightening
saying?
guest to have living behind your toilet bowl. The Australian family even caught video of this monstrous beast.
Australia? Bro, I thought this was America. Oh, I searched America. Oh well, we'll keep going. But I ain't gonna lie, if I see that in my house, the spider now owns the house. I'll move out and I'll still pay the rent.
Crawling out from the back of their toilet like something out of a nightmare. Giant huntsman spiders are super common in Australia, and this story is a lot less unique in the land down under than
Can you
might
imagine
think.
taking a shit?
Apparently, many Australians just kind of have to accept that big huntsman spiders are going to live with them. They are not going to pay any rent, and they're going to terrorize
pay the
guests
rent.
while using the toilet. What's really strange about this
Can you
story
imagine
is that
doing
the
a
family
poo?
reported that the huntsman spider would only come out when they flushed their toilet. Whether it was the noise that frightened the spider, or the arachnid just thought it would be funny to terrorize the family, your guess is as good as mine. Can you imagine finding an enormous spider like this in your bathroom?
I
It's
don't
where
want
you're
to.
most vulnerable. Jeez. What would you do in this situation?
I'd move out.
Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to subscribe if you're new here. We have lots more videos like these. Number 9. Goliath bird-eating spider.
Oh,
We
great.
have a lot of stories to talk about
By the way,
today.
these are just going to get bigger. I'm just putting that out there, man. That was number 10. And this one is a bird-eating spider.
First, I want to mention the biggest of all the spiders. The largest known spider in the world is the male Goliath bird-eating spider.
Why is it number 9
The
then?
species is found in the rainforests of South America, mostly in French Guiana, Guyana,
Okay, so
and
this is the biggest
Suriname,
one.
but they have also been found in Venezuela and Brazil. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the largest collected specimen came from Venezuela in 1965, and it had a ridiculous leg span of 11 inches. That means this spider could cover your entire dinner plate. That's how massive it is.
No, man. Can you imagine? Actually picture that. Fuck that. He can take my house as well, bro. He can
They
have my
only
dinner
weigh
too.
about 50 grams, but what's really cool about the bird-eating spider is that it
Nothing.
can live for at least 10 years.
Great.
This spider is indeed a tarantula.
Even more chance of running
It
into
uses
him.
the hairs all over its body to sense vibrations both on the ground and in the air. And even though they are known as bird eaters, they don't actually eat birds very frequently. I mean, they are hard to catch. But the first time someone found one, the giant puppy-sized tarantula was chowing down on a hummingbird. The creepiest thing this spider does is rub its bristly legs together,
Get away.
making a hissing noise that is so loud it can be heard
Get it
up to
away.
15 feet away. That
Get it
will
away.
give you some serious chills.
No.
Number 8. Giant imported spiders. This is probably a story that not many people are
fuck is
interested in
that?
hearing. But one of the biggest spiders ever, and definitely one of the scariest, is making its way to a city near you.
No, I
It's
don't
called
want it
the
to.
Joro spider, and it's traditionally found mostly in Japan, Korea, and China. These spiders measure about 5 inches long and are so big and mean that they can catch hummingbirds in their webs.
These
And while
hummingbirds
these
are
spiders are
prey
supposed
for
to be half a
everybody.
world away in Asia, according to some news reports in 2020, the spiders are now in the United States. Specifically, they
shit.
have made an appearance in the state of Georgia. The
So
good
technically that would be the biggest one in the United States then? Okay.
news is that the Joro spider is not deadly, but a bite from one can definitely hurt. Honestly, The worst part is that they are frightening to look at. These spiders are huge. They are yellow and black, and they make enormous webs big enough to catch small birds and to seriously frighten you the next time you take a stroll in the park.
Yo, White She-Wolf, I know you're watching this right now. And I know you're laughing your wee head off. Alright? It's not funny.
According to an agent from the University of Georgia, these spiders most likely hitched a ride to the USA in crates that came through the Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Talk about illegal immigrants. Number 7.
Get them out.
Human-sized web. Probably the last thing you want to see in the middle of your hiking trail is the spider web large enough to catch a fully grown person. However, it's more likely to happen than you may know, especially if you live in Missouri, where this enormous spider web was found just recently in 2020.
I am never going to Missouri,
The photo
bro.
was taken by the Missouri Department of Conservation, and it's definitely shocking enough to spark a quick wave of arachnophobia. This huge and overly intricate web belongs to an orb weaver spider, but the good news is that no orb weaver spider alive has the ability to eat you. In fact, the spider web is more amazing than it is scary, even if you are terrified.
You can crawl
of
up my ass.
Orb weavers
That's what I'm scared
are famous
of.
for building spiral, wheel-shaped webs between trees, in fields, and even in gardens. And just like their webs, orb weaver spiders are unusually large, super hairy, and even a little furry. Even though you could probably wiggle your way out of a web like
Stop
this,
using the
you
word
still
wiggle,
probably
bro.
wouldn't want to walk straight into it. It's basically a heart attack waiting to happen. Next time you're taking a scenic stroll in Missouri, keep your eyes peeled for giant webs.
Never
Number
going.
6. Raining spiders.
Never going.
This story is actually so horrifying that it needed to be added to this list. These may not be the biggest spiders in the world, but they are definitely the most terrifying. The story comes to us from Brazil, where a horrific incident in 2019 had spiders raining from the sky. This is a real phenomenon that you would never want to be caught in the middle of. The incident was filmed in the south of Brazil, and in the video you can very clearly see hordes of huge black dots raining down from above. These are a special species of orb weaver spiders that are social and work together to build some of the biggest and most intricate webs you have ever seen.
Never go on to Brazil.
And they build them very high up in the forest canopy. But wait, if you look very closely, you will see the spiders are not actually raining from the sky. They are suspended inside of probably the biggest spider web in the world. The web is so huge and so fine that it's basically invisible to the naked eye. These spiders work together to build what is essentially a huge net stretching across the
I'm trying to build a huge net on Twitch. You guys want to come and follow? There's a link in the pinned comment, or just go to the app, search my name, and boom. So many of you guys have come over, and it's awesome. I absolutely love it. There's so many of you guys coming over, getting involved in the community. And I know Twitch is not a lot of people's thing, or doesn't float their boat, but I will say this: a lot of new people have come over that never used it before, and they're loving it. We have a bunch of fun. We play games together. We just chat. We watch shit. We don't watch shit, but we watch, you know, shit. But yeah, there's a link in the pinned comment down below if you guys want to come and follow. That would just be beautiful.
treetops. Near the end of the video, you can see them moving across the web. It truly is the stuff of nightmares. Number 5. Brazilian salmon pink bird eater.
Why did I do
the
this?
The second largest spider in the world is the Brazilian salmon pink bird-eating tarantula. It's nearly as big as the Goliath, but it has a leg span of only 10 inches.
We're just
rather than
naming them
12
after
inches.
other animals.
You might even say these spiders are a little more interesting. At least
The spider, salmon, bird-eating, crocodile, hunting, horseback riding, donkey kicking, mule.
with their pink stripes and salmon-coloured hairs sticking out of their legs. They are found mostly in Brazil,
What the hell happened
and
to
these
him?
kinds of spiders generally hang out on the forest floor inside of a burrow, or scurrying underneath dead logs and leaves looking for prey. And just like the Goliath spider, the pink bird eater has a confusing name. It doesn't really eat that many birds. Most of its diet consists of insects, frogs, lizards, and mice.
Where are we getting
Number
salmon
4,
from then?
Biggest funnel web spider. The biggest funnel web spider in the world has been found in Australia. This happened in 2020, and according to a report from ABC News, the ridiculously massive funnel web spider was actually handed in to the Australian reptile
What do you
park
mean
near
handed
Sydney,
in?
where keepers promptly named him Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I'm not sure what the name is all about, as they don't even look anything alike. But in any case, this huge spider was found after the reptile
Who
park
handed
actually
that
called
shit
on
in?
people to go out and catch as many funnel web spiders as they could and donate them so that the park could milk the spiders for their venom to create very important anti-venom. The director
What
of
are you guys doing down in Australia, bro? Fucking milking spiders.
the Australian Reptile Park has said that the capture of the giant funnel web spider is amazing because the one spider is so big it will produce enough venom to save multiple lives. According to the park, the venom collected from these spiders saves around 300 lives each year.
How the hell does that work? Oh, they catch to get the venom and then they test shit on it to see what kills it? Oh, okay.
Number 3. The giant spider that was really a crab. The biggest spider to have ever existed on our planet has been denounced as a fraud. You might remember
He's
the
a
fossil of a
fraud.
creature unearthed in Argentina quite a few years ago that was quickly labelled the biggest spider in existence.
What size?
It's even appeared in the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's largest spider, with a plaster cast of the animal being exhibited in museums all over the world. It was actually a fact for over 20
What
years
size is
that
it?
the Magarachne cervini was the biggest spider before it went extinct. But just recently, an expert in arachnids from the University of Manchester has brought forth evidence claiming that this creature was never a spider at all.
How do you know?
The expert is claiming the spider to actually be a sea scorpion. And he might be right. Further research has shown that the giant spider actually had large claws and only 2 eyes, which is not very much like a spider at all.
That
It
makes me
also
feel
apparently
happy.
had a huge body with a shell, and I don't know any spiders that live in shells. According to this scientist, the famous spider is actually more like a crab than an arachnid.
What size,
Had
bro?
this monstrosity actually been a spider, it would have been around 3 feet in length.
Nah, man. Nah. Nah. I can't do this, bro. Can you imagine walking down to the store and a 3-foot spider walks in front of you? I'm lying down. Web me and eat me. Get me off this fucking planet.
Number 2. Largest spider fossil ever. The largest spider fossil ever has just been found recently in China.
See if this is
not
bigger
the
than a
biggest
foot.
spider that has ever existed, but it is the biggest complete fossil ever discovered in history. It's being called Nephila jurassica, and it
Nice.
measures about 2 inches from end to end. That's obviously not huge, but it's pretty significant for a fossil. It dates back all the way to the middle of the Jurassic period, about 165 million years ago. And even more interesting is that this spider
How is it the biggest? One of the biggest. How is it big? What?
is from the same family that still exists today. It's basically the fossil of an ancient orb weaver spider. Today's orb weaver spiders can grow to be at least 5 inches in diameter and are notorious for spinning huge silk webs that can trap bats
Who's
and
got a
birds.
skin on, like?
There is still relatively little known about this prehistoric spider, but the fact that we could find a spider fossil this old in itself is pretty incredible.
It's awesome.
The next time you see a spider in your house,
Nope.
remember, it's actually a dinosaur. Number 1. Redback spider on the toilet. The last story takes us back to the toilet. It's a pretty tragic story about a young Australian tradesman
No.
and his precious parts. The first incident occurred when a man who preferred not to be named was bitten on his ding-dong by a redback spider while sitting on a porta potty on
No!
a job site.
Fuck
As you
this!
can imagine, being bitten by any spider on the tip of your little gentleman would be extraordinarily unpleasant. But being bit by a redback spider, which is essentially the Australian version of the black widow spider, is straight up terrifying. The
What?
man was rushed to the hospital, and everything turned out to be okay in the end. But here's where things get funny. 5 months after this man was bitten rather rudely by the spider, he was using another portable toilet at a building site when the exact same thing happened to him again in the exact same spot. And if you don't believe me, this is a real story that was even reported by the BBC because it's just so ridiculous. According to the man himself, he looked down and saw the enormous spider with its disgusting black legs moving around the rim of the toilet after it had chomped down pretty much in the exact same spot as last time. Everything turned out to be okay again, but the
No,
sheer bad
it
luck
didn't.
of being this guy is a little hard to
Nothing
handle.
will ever be
It
okay,
seems
man.
impossible.
I can safely say it's never going to be alright. You do not simply recover from getting bit on the dick by a Spider-Man. I don't care what way you want to dress it up. Never happening. Well, it was definitely not a great video to watch. Well, I feel like shite. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry I'm not my usual self. I'm sick, remember? For the 8th time. Alright, guys. Have a good rest of your Sunday. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate it. And yeah. See you later.